Also again, added to that, is to engage ourselves in the holy environment of Satsang. Let us be reminded, Satsang is the holy environment organized where three major activities take place. Puja, worshiping the feet of the Lord. Kirtan, singing and chanting the praises of the Lord with a guileless heart. And Katha, listening to the divine deity of the Lord. However, Lord Shiva himself reiterates, Punya Punya Binumalahina Santa. Unless his mercy is showered and good karmas accumulated from the past and the present birth, it is difficult to reach in environments like this. Whenever it's possible, one should consider him or herself highly blessed. A most cordial and special welcome to all bhaktas, devotees who join with us across the world, both nationally, regionally, and internationally. On our Facebook page, streaming live by members of the Sant Nagar Hindu Youth Group, and at the helm is young Richi Bisai from the Sant Nagar Hindu Temple, branch number 67 of the SDMS of Ojo Road in Sangre Grande, Trinidad, West Indies. A most cordial and special welcome to you. Special welcome to Pandit Ramesh, who is with us, and I want to specifically welcome this night Sis Kevali, who is coming from Tunapuna. She's with us this evening. Krishnat Bhai from Sawa, he makes that journey, and he told me, and he has brought with him a very pious and humble lady, a relative of ours, Mrs. Bhownath Maraj. How you call it? A past retired teacher. In fact, and her husband was the late Mr. Rama Maraj, who was once principal of Tamara Hindu School, if you remember that name. So Dee, it's so nice to have you with us. Okay, and Krishnat Bhai, it's so nice of you to bring her. We do look forward to seeing you all often. Okay, and all those again who are with us from far and near, a most cordial and special welcome. We have had puja, we have had kirtan, we join in Bhagavan's katha. Let's sit upright as we clasp our hands, close our eyes, we bow our head. Keep your focus on Bhagavan Vishnu, the ultimate of the universe. Visualize the Lord possessing the dark hue complexion, a beautiful crown devotees upon thy head. Bhagavan has Sankha Chakra Gada Pachpan Mala Vibhushitam, 4 hands. Right? One is Sank, the other the Chakra, the third the Gada, the fourth the lotus flower. A beautiful mala made of the wild sylvan flowers garland the Lord, Vaijanti Ki Mala. And if you look at Prabhu again, as Lord Satyanarayan, when Narad visited Bhagavan Vishnu, he is relaxing on eternal serpent Shesha. Maha Lakshmi is massaging his feet, and all the divinities surround the Lord as they are making reverence to him. As we keep that beautiful form in our mind, we join in reverence to the various divinities, beginning with Sri Ganesh. Hari Om. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sri Saraswati Namaha. Shri Guru Charana Kamalibhyo Namo Namaha. Om Yam Brahma Vedanta Vido Varante Param Pradhanam Purushanta Thanye Veshwargate Karanam Ishwaram Va Tasmai Namo Vigana Vinashanaya Vinadhare Vepulamangala Shile Bhaktarati Nashini Viranchi Harisha Vande Kirti Prade Akhila Manorat De Maharahi Vidya Pradayini Saraswati Namine Tyam Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurve Namaha Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangulang Yate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Parmananda Madhavam Nilambuja Shamal Komalangam Sita Samarapitavam Bhagam Pano Mahashayaka Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvan Sanatam Ram Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatuliyam Shri Ram Nama Varanale Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Nama Vijnana Rupaye Parvananda Rupine Krishnaya Gopinathaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Yam Brahma Varuna Indra Maruta Stunavante Dibya Estavai Vidai Sangpam Padapam Upanishadai Gariyantiyang Samagha Dhyana Vastita Targate Namanasa Pashyantiyang Yogino Yashyantang Naviro Sura Surgandevai Tasmai Namaha. Hari Om Nagendra Harayam Sri Lochanaya Bhashamangaragayam Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shudhyaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nagaraya Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Chama Shiva Dhatre Swaha Swadha Namuastute. Namastute Vyasa Vishana Budhe Pular Vindrayata Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Talya Purnam Tvajvarito Jnanam Pradipam. Sri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nija Mana Mukura Sudha Varno Raghuvar Vimalayasha Jodayat Palasha Om Bhutahina Tanu O Sumiro Pavana Kumar Val Buddhi Vidya Devu Mohi Harabu Kalishariva Siya Pati Ramachandra Ji ki jai Sharanam Nath Mama Sankat Haro Hare. Bolo Sri Vishnu Bhagavan ki jai. Praise to this noble pathway of ours. We follow Sanatan Dharam. This year, May 30th, will make it 180 years since our forefathers came to this part of the world. Bringing with them this noble way of culture. This pathway we follow called Sanatan Dharam. Sanatan means eternal. Dharma doesn't mean religion, it's a way of life. Hinduism is a way of life. You have to live it. It's not a religion in inverted commas. It's a practical way. And again, if you want to practice Hinduism, first thing you have to practice, you can't be lazy. Because you have to learn to get up before sunrise. Think about it. You have to be there every morning, right? And your discipline goes on like that. So we follow a pathway of life that is second to none in the universe. It is a way that is meant for progression, both spiritually and materially. I always advocate, if you are Hindu and you are not progressing in your life, your lifestyle is wrong. As a Hindu, if you live it as you should, you must progress, you have to progress, you're bound to progress. Our way of life is meant for that, right? The Vedas, the oldest of scriptures, quote, if you live for the sake of your dharma will protect you. So get on the pathway of your dharma. As we are New Year 2025, make that resolution. We make so much of sacrifices for materialism. And the sarcastic thing is, one knock on your door one day, night or day, and you hear somebody calling you. You say, who are you? You say, my name is Jamdut, and the messenger of death, you had to go today, Eh? You say, it was so hard to work to make and build and cater for all these things. Could I carry it? Nothing you could carry from this world, nothing. So much time we spend on that side, and it does not benefit us. What is important? Your spiritual pathway of life. If you build a solid spiritual base in your life, and that should be from when you're young, you will see how meaningful life will become. So devotees, again, whatever the challenges in life you face, the opportunities that you embrace, never swerve from the pathway of your dharma. Stand firm like a soldier in the battlefield. Prepare to go down, but no retreat. Sanatan dharam ki jai ho. प्रचारो दुनिया में सनातन धर्म की जय हो।
करो प्रचार दुनिया में सनातन धर्म की जय हो।
परे चाहे कष्ट लाखों ये ना छोड़ो धर्म अपने को।
परे चाहे कष्ट लाखों ये ना छोड़ो धर्म अपने को।
भले ही प्राण तक जावे सनातन
धर्म की जय हो।
ओ सनातन धर्म
की जय हो। सनातन धर्म की जय हो।
बोलो सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। We beg Saraswati Devi as the goddess of speech, the goddess of learning. On the 2nd of February will be Saraswati Jayanti Basant Panchami. A day dedicated to the goddess of learning. We all depend upon her blessings. What does she bless you with? A sharp and broad intellect. To always have good memory, eloquence in your speech, melody in your voice, creativity in your hands, master in musical instruments, all in the field of skills and talent. Saraswati Devi worship is not only for when a student has to write an exam. You need it, yes, but we need her blessing throughout our entire lives. So remember the 2nd of February, Saraswati Jayanti, the youth group, they normally host the Saraswati Puja here in the Mandir after lunch. Let us praise her. Jai 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 Shri Saraswati Mata.
Jai 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 Shri Saraswati Mata.
Jai 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 Sri Ramarathi Kama. Jai 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 Shri
Saraswati Mata.
Oh Jai Jai Jai
Shri Saraswati Mata.
Prathama Vinavamai Sri Ganesh ko dhuje Saraswati Ma. Dije mai vinavati ne deva ko jo yakh sriti chala. Dije mai vinavati ne deva ko jo yakh sriti chala. मैं विनवा पंच सभी को ध्यान तुझे उलझा। श्री गरुड़ पुराण अनुपम करनी भवसागर पार करा। श्री गरुड़ पुराण अनुपम करनी भवसागर पार करा। ओ जय 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 श्री
सरस्वती माता।
ओ जय 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 श्री रमा राधिका माँ। जय जय जय
श्री सरस्वती माता।
जय जय जय
श्री सरस्वती माता।
और शक्ति सरस्वती माता की जय। So devotees, our main mission in life is to achieve our ultimate goal, which is at the end of this human existence, when the time comes to leave it, the soul should really merge into the super soul. Atma merging into Paramatma, or the state of moksha, final beatitude. You know, once we are blessed with this body, we are really supposed to come back, you know. What has caused us to keep coming back here all the time? Committing karmas, devotees, in this world of materialism. And every action has a reaction for it. So therefore, we have to come back and bhog it out. Let us beg the Lord, keep us in your arms, O Lord, and allow that devotion to develop to your feet. मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम। मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम। मुझे अपने शरण में
ले लो राम, ले लो राम। मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम।
लोचन मन में जगे न को तो, लोचन मन में जगे न को तो, युगल चरण में ले लो राम,
ले लो राम।
और मुझे अपने शरण में
ले लो राम। मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम। मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम।
जीवन देखे जाल बिछाया, रच की माया नाचन छाया। जीवन देखे जाल बिछाया, रच की माया नाचन छाया। चिंता मेरी कभी मिटेगी, चिंता मेरी कभी मिटेगी, जब चिंतन में ले लो
राम, ले लो राम। मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम। मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम।
तुम्हारे लाखों पापी तारी, मेरे बारी बाजी हारी, बाजी हारी। तुम्हारे लाखों पापी तारी,
मेरी बारी बाजी हारी, बाजी हारी।
मेरे पासन पुण्य की पूजी, मेरे पासन पुण्य की पूजी, पद पूजन में ले लो राम, ले लो राम। मुझे अपने शरण
शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम।
राम हे राम, राम हे राम, राम हे राम, राम हे राम। घर घर अत को दर दर भक्तो, कहाँ कहाँ अपना शिर भक्तो। घर घर हत को दर दर भक्तो,
कहाँ कहाँ अपना इस पति को।
इस जीवन में मिलो न तुम तो राम हे राम। इस जीवन में मिलो न तुम तो
मुझे मरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम।
बोलो श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय। मर्यादा प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय। So devotees, the ultimate goal of the human is that we have worked very, very hard in previous births by the mercy of the Lord and the good karmas bestowed upon us. We are blessed to have this human body. Bare bhagya manusha tanupava. There are 8,400,000 species of lives created by the Lord in this universe, which are divided into 4 categories called Andaj, Ukmaj, Pinda, Janastravar. Lives that are born from wombs, mammals, we are the highest. Lives that are born from eggs. Lives that are sweat-borne, microscopic and otherwise, and the plant kingdom. Of the 8,400,000, there isn't a body the soul could get a common living that is higher than this human. This body is a divine body. Every divinity resides in it. In every hair point in this body, a divinity resides. This body has chakras or kundalinis, points of awakening. And with yogic practice, one is able to awaken these kundalinis, lift the chakras, devotees, get your third eye open. And like the yogis, they go higher. They bring it to the highest point, the seat of the soul, the pineal gland, and they communicate with the Lord in that state called Maha Samadhi. We are not yogis, we are householders, grihastis. We live in this world. We have to work, we have family, we have all these issues to see about. But we have to remember, we have to make time for the spiritual pathway that will help us to achieve that highest goal. And we can do it. And how is the easiest way to do it? You learn to live in this world, but live out of it at the same time. You're living in this world, but you're living out of it at the same time. In other words, you are detached from the materialism. It doesn't bother you. You have to use it, you have to live with it, yes. And secondly, try not to acquire it dishonestly. We try, devotees, think of the things that we try to acquire and we get them dishonestly in life. You have to answer for that and you don't get away. Right? And do not stay attached to it. So simple it is. And keep the Lord in front like Arjun did to Krishna Bhagavan, leading his chariot along. So devotees, we have continued or started to read the Garuda Purana, one of the 18 Puranas in Hinduism. And again, it's a dialogue between Bhagwan Vishnu and the Garuda-ji. It relates to about death, but more so as to live in. Right? The importance of in this human body and how we should really live. Garuda took the opportunity when the Lord was relaxing, posed certain questions, and is what is documented in the Garuda Purana. As I've often said, it is not meant to offend anyone, but is meant merely for education and knowledge. If we don't read it, we will not get the knowledge, right? And we will be lapsing in this respect. So devotees, satsang is regular in this mandir. We started to read the Ramayana from 1985, and we completed it in 2000. It took us 15 years to finish the Ramayana. When we finished reading Ramayana in the year 2000, we started the Srimad Bhagavad Purana, and that took us 24 years to finish after reading every Thursday night. And as we completed the Bhagavad Purana, that text, we had a Srimad Sapta Bhagavad Yagya last year, right, in August month. And having completed that, we now dip into another scripture, which is the Sri Garuda Purana. And all again is merely to extract knowledge and information that we can better our lives. So here, devotees, Bhagavan Vishnu has told Garuda, you see, when we commit karmas with this body, every action has a reaction. We all carry two invisible people on our shoulder called Chitra and Gupta. And they document every single thing we do. When the soul leaves the body, and the soul, devotees, I explained the process of it. I'll just reiterate. When the soul leaves the body, the soul enters into an aerial body the size of the thumb, a gusharir. It lingers on it until funeral takes place and body is disposed of. And with the offering of pindas every day by the sun, a new body is formed on the day of the shaving or the dasgatra. And that's how important that these rites and rituals are. We are blessed to have an official Mahapat with us here, Padre Ramesh. Right? Very important is to know who doing your rituals for you. Or other than that, it's like writing a check on a block of ice. You want to get the merits, you want the soul to get the merits of it. A new body is formed on the day of the shaving. An aerial body the size of the palm of the hand. It drops the body of the thumb and enters that body. And in that body, ready to travel. The journey begins when the Bhandara is performed. Then the soul leaves. Where the soul going to meet Lord Yamraj? How long does it take? One celestial day. But a celestial day equals a human year. And that's why the Hindu home enters into a state of mourning for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year, the soul gets to stop 16 times on the way. And if that son offers the pinda and tarpan and whatever merits and so on that derive, receiving it, the soul is energized and can move along. The journey is completed when you perform the 1 year Bhandara. So the soul now waits on Lord Yamraj, entering that city. Chitra and Gupt come, right? And they bring you a file of their highly computerized. And they start to call out, what is that global village now, you know? When they start to call out here, where you live on planet Earth, in the country, the island of Trinidad and Tobago, you're living in Trinidad, in the town of San Grande, in street number so and so, and house number so and so, and they start to call out. Huh? And I see in here on this day X, they call out the date on it, you know. I see you rob Mr. X. He said, well, how them fellas know that up the boy? When I robbed the man, was I alone? Nobody was there. They are invisible people on our shoulders. They don't mark it on. And you begin to doubt and all these things and so on. And all these various witnesses come to testify. The sons and the daughters-in-law of Lord Brahma, blessed with what you call it, telescopic sight and long distance hearing. Right? The Shrawanis, they document what ladies do, the wrong thing. And the Shrawanas document what the males do, the men do. Right? They report the Lord Yamraj. And so with the balance of karmas, and as we go along Garuda Purana, you're going to hear, when you do X sin, what body you have to born back in, what torture you have to meet out, and all these things and so on. And so if you have to go through torture, sufferation, we have our old picture up here again. It shows you when you commit this action on top, how you have to pay for it in the below part. Right? These are very old picture. Okay? So you can look at it when you want, right? And passing through all the torments of the hellish region, then your remnants of karma, when the Lord says, He looked at you, He said, all right, let me give you back a chance to come back. But because of that sin, you had to born as a dog. Because of that sin, you had to born as a monkey. Because of that sin, you had to born as a bat. And that is how karmas go on. And that's how the same soul, until we work our way, beaten out karmas, beaten out, until the Lord says, very rare when I look down at the Bhowsagar and I see the soul suffering from body to body and beaten out karmas, I decide to give the soul the highest body once more, which is the human body. And so you drop that body, your remnant karmas will combine with your parents' karma. You're not born by guess. You'll be born from this particular mother and father, in a particular home, in a particular time, right? And due to the issue of union and seminal fluid, the human mother becomes pregnant, bringing forth this new individual. In 7 months of pregnancy, where the fetus is fully conscious, Vishnu Bhagavan reminds us, I've given you a chance, you know. You could come back to me, you know. He said, Lord, you don't worry. You just let me born, and I'm making a promise. I'll serve you from birth to death. And that's how we are born. When we are born, we get engulfed in materialism, and we forget devotees, our true focus. Right? We run off the tracks like a train running off the track. And this is what the power of Maya materialism, the sensuous pleasures of this Maya world, has the power like a powerful magnet to draw you. But when it draws you, how it is like? The Maya is like a spider's web spun. Right? We are like the little insects. And the attraction and what that spider web is for is to attract the insect. The same way we are attracted to the materialism. And the moment you start to dip into it, by the time the insect touches one leg on the web, he's stuck, you know. Then the second one is stuck, third is stuck, fourth, and the fifth, sixth one now, he is food for the spider. That's how we get caught up in materialism. And that is why it is important we must always be in satsang. This environment is where devotees, we are being reminded of our true purpose of being here. Right? How to help us to better our lives, and that we could finally achieve that moksha salvation. So Bhagavan Vishnu continues as we are going to listen to Prabhu's Katha tonight. Hari Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswati Ay Namaha Guru Charan Kamalibhyo Namo Namam Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namam Bho Bho Papa Durachara Ahankar Ko Prat Ko Vishita Hari Om Sri Kimbart Ko Majitang Ko Papang Hari Om Yushva Ko Bhiravi Ko Kimi Hari Om Kaba Ko Hari Om Godakshu Parang Sangami Vacho Ko Papinash Tata Papang Ko Dukharang Ko Murha Ko Kimbarta Ko Charitra Jana Hai Kreta Vanda Pura Ko Yat Yang Papa Ko Yata Ko Harshita Tadaiva Ko Yatana Ko Bhogaya Kimidani Ko Paramukha Sri Vishnu Bhagavan Ki Jai. Vishnu Bhagavan continues devotees to educate us through Garuda Ji. So what he says, Chaba Chitragupta hokar ko kridan ko karte hua पापियों को चित्रगुप्त को यमराज जी को अज्ञायी को उसमें को किया को कामनों को श्रवण करते हैं. Thus by the command of Lord Yamraj himself, Chitragupta, they both speak out now on your file. They start to call out then all what you did whilst you were on this earth. And the good ones is like a bank account. You have a credit and a debit. When you're putting in money in the bank, it is going to the credit side. But when you're taking out, which side you're taking out, it's going to the debit side. So all the good karmas is going to credit. You bill in your good karmic bank. Negative ones will go on the negative side. And here devotees, he speaks out to all those sinners now, those souls who are there with all the sins they have committed and so on. And they are crying and bewailing now. Oh God, if I didn't know it. Oh God, if I only know, Lord, give me a chance to go wrong back there. If you only send me down, I'm going to correct all the wrongs. Huh? That's the first thing you just do. You start to beg Lord Yamraj for a chance. You know, I just tell you, you say, here's something, man. Every time you come here, you're begging, you're begging, you're begging. A few times I send you back down, and when you go down, you go back to square one. He said, up here we operate with a motto, you know. Read it up there, you see it? You're a man to do the crime, so stand up as a man and pay the fine. That is the logical law of the universe, the law of cause and effect. If you plant dashin and you go to dig, you could never get arrows. It's either you get dashin or you won't get at all. It could never make arrows down there. That is karma, right? We started beg. He said, no, 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 this is the law of karma that operates here in Yamlok. Okay? And here again, he addresses them. पापी दुराचारी जीव को अहंकार को मुक्त विवेक को रहती है तुमको को पाप रूप को धन का को संचय को हरिओम किस लिए को किया क्योंकि को ईश्वर के निमित्त को धन दान को देने था परे को संचय को नहीं को करता कि होता है. He said, oh, we said, you sinners, he addressing those souls there, evil doers, right? You use this gifted body to do evil, to hurt others. The greatest quality a human could practice is ahimsa. And what is ahimsa? Thou shalt not hurt another creature. Right? Not only humans, any creature across the board. Do not hurt another creature. Okay? Right? You are polluted with ego and egotism. We come in this world, we feel nobody is better than me. Huh? You walk into here, hi, you know? You are the best, you are the most talented, the most skilled, or the most educated, or in terms of looks or whatever. And ego begins to portray there. All right? You again, what happened? Why ever did you commit such sins? Why? Why? You promised me, right, as Vishnu Bhagavan, you're going to devote yourself. Yamraj is same Lord Vishnu, you know, taking that position there. But when you see the thing that happened, the Western world now get to realize when a mother is pregnant, what she does during the state of pregnancy has an effect on that child when the child is born. Why do you think Narad Muni came a saint? Narad was in the ashram devotees, the Prahalad, right? Prahalad, Bhakta Prahalad, the son of Hiranyakashipu. He was in the ashram with Narad Muni. That's why they tell you when your mother is pregnant, she should be very clean, very pure, try not to get angry, do a lot of charity work, pray a lot, keep yourself clean, tidy, do not lie, watch the food, eat pure foods and so on. All this will have an effect on your child when the child is born. Right? Another thing is that, you see, a child is helpless when the child is born. Yes, we promise the Lord. But the issue is that if the parents are not God's conscious, how are they going to help? Like, for instance, the fella here, he have a wife make a baby and he have a son. He say, boy, I'm real happy. Break a seal and let me celebrate. Right? He going to break a seal and celebrate, right? Because he have a son. And this child crying and bawling, you know, kaha, kaha, kaha. And you don't know what it means. What the child is saying, where am I, where am I, where am I? He said, Lord, I was just in your company and I promised you I will serve you. Look at this, the man who had to help me, and he started to break a seal and celebrate. The blind going to lead the blind. So again, becoming a parent is very easy, but being a parent is serious responsibility. Our first mission is to get the child on the pathway of God's consciousness. And this is where you see satsang comes in, these type of environments. Anytime you end up with a God's conscious child, you wouldn't have a troubled child. Right? And so devotees, he's asking that you never again serve the Lord. Whilst you're in this human body, you never think of doing a little prayers, no matter what faith you may belong to. You never serve the Lord. You never buy her time, you know, boy. Buy her time. You see, when I get old and I resign, go start to pray. When is the best time to be spiritually fit? When you are physically fit. And when is the best time you are physically fit? When you are young, strong, and healthy. Does anyone of us know tomorrow what could befall us? That's why the wise say, do not procrastinate. What you have to do tomorrow, do it today, and what you have to do today, do it now. Whilst God bless you with that health and strength. Whilst you were living, you never offered prayer. You never take this hand to offer praise to the Lord in this manner. Jamdu telling him that, eh? You never give charity in your life, right? We are supposed to give devotees. That is what will help us in this Kali Yuga. Dan, right? Giving as much as you could, and from your own sweat too if you can. We never use this gifted body to give. We only hoard it ourselves. All right? You again, what happened? You never did good deeds in your life. You never helped one in distress. You never created anything, to help others and so on. Everything was a selfish issue then. Look at where you are now. You can't bargain with me. There's no issue of that. Hari Om. पाप रूपी को धन का को संचय को किस लिए किया, क्योंकि को ईश्वर को निमित्त को धन दान को देने था, पर को संचय को नहीं को करता कि होता है श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय। पापी पुरुषों के को संगति को और को काम क्रोध आदि को उत्पन्न हुआ मेरे दुख देने वाले पाप को तो तुमको किसी को लिए किया है। He said again, why tell me something? You foolish people down here, you have committed again misery-giving sins with this body. You see, Tulsidas says, you must watch in the mirror and look at yourself and talk to yourself. Now, 9 minutes tripping off, right? Talk to yourself and how we say to address yourself. Reman Muruk, oh foolish mind. Why are you entangled in this web of materialism, which is a source of misery and suffering? Right? Why don't you devote yourself to the lotus-like feet of a merciful Lord like Shri Ram? Right? Get out of this jungle, right? Where you become caught and devoured like the insect in the spider's web. Know thyself, who art thou? You are not this body, but you are the consciousness, the Atma, or the soul. You are on a mission here. And you see, this is what the bhajan tells us, right? What it says? Ut jag musafir bhor bhari, ut jag musafir bhor bhari, ab rahe na kaha jo sobat hai jo khobat hai so pavat hai. न दान भुगत करनी अपने, ऐ पापी पाप में चैन कहाँ। न दान भुगत करनी अपने, ऐ पापी पाप में चैन कहाँ। जब पाप की खतरी शीश धरी, फिर शीश पकड़ क्यों रोवत है। उत जाग मुसाफिर भोर भरी. If you understand the words, the bhajan wali is saying, ut means to get up. Jag is to be awakened. We are musafirs. A musafir is a traveler. In other words, we are traveling through this body, right? It's like having a visa to in the next country. You can only stay in this for the length of time until the visa expires. We are passing through this world in this body. Get your mind's eye open and know who art thou. You are not this body, but you are the soul. You are blessed to have this highest body in my creation. Use it for the purpose for which it was given. And you know the simplest thing is, what really we supposed to do with this body? It's so simple. Per upakar. And what is per upakar? Just serve the Lord and His creation with a guileless heart. If you analyze it, it means just do good while you could, when you could, as long as you could, as much as you could, all the time. Do not sit down and wait for a good deed to come to you for you to do it. Get up and look for opportunities to do good with this body. This is what will help us. Right? Do not get entangled in the pleasures of the senses of this world. You will commit karmas, and these karmas become detrimental to you. The bhajan wali is saying here, we don't commit only 1 to 100, we commit by the thousands. It's so much, you can't fold it in a feed bag. You have to tie it up in a jaji bundle, a ghatari, and you have to carry it on your head. And that is the pressures we just feel, and we say, God, why you suffering me so? God don't suffer nobody. Bhagwan says, I stand on the football field like an umpire ready to give justice. Or the referee on the football field or the umpire in a cricket match. I don't take for any side. I'm fair in this way. You are responsible for your destiny. Realize yourself who art thou and use this body while God bless you with it. And you see what has happened. Let me tell you the next thing. You see, when you're young, you just feel you'll never get old. You see, when you're healthy, you just feel you'll never get sick. When you see something happen to somebody, that ain't going to happen to me. This Kali Yuga you're living in. Anything could happen to anybody, anytime, devotees. So take advantage while God blessed you with health and strength, and do good with this body. Here, Yamraj is telling them, you never did any good deed with this body whilst you had it. Right? Kagbusun tell Garur, you know, when lower creatures watch us, a silent prayer they utter in their heart, and a tear does drop from the eye, begging the Lord, Prabhu, when will you bless me with a human body? When I'll get a chance to come as a human? For it's only with the human body you could acquire, practice Gyan, Vairag, and Bhakti. What is Gyan? The acquisition of spiritual wisdom. What is Vairag? Control over the senses of perception and the organs of action. And what is Bhakti? The development of pure devotion to the feet of God, which is the key to successful living here and the key to helping you achieve the moksha. Right? Very, very important. So do good with this body. You never use it in this way. You committed karmas, the action has a reaction to it. The bad can't bring good. It will bring suffering afterwards. Now here how karmas is working. Sometimes you have to do nothing wrong in this life, you know, and you're suffering here. Agle janam ke kamai. Bhagavad Purana explain, if it take 1 trillion years, you have to born back and pay for your karmas. You have to born back and pay for it. So sometimes we pay for bad karmas committed in hundreds of births before, we don't know. But the great thing with Kali Yuga has a great attribute to it. We could burn bad karmas. That's why Raja Parikshit allowed Kali Yuga to live. But you can't sit around full hour and say, well, the karmas go burn. How we tell you can burn it? The easiest way is through satsang. Satsang devotees. And how it happens? You see? How it happens? Satsang ki ganga bahi hai, komal jiska dhara. Oh, satsang ki ganga bahi hai, komal jiska dhara. Kariya snan bimal kar kaya, kariya snan bimal kar kaya, papin pap karaya sadhu, jhute janam gavaya. O sadhu, jhute janam gavaya, jhute janam gavaya sadhu, jhute janam gavaya. Sadhu, jhute janam gavaya. O sadhu, jhute janam gavaya. Bhajan Wali is calling out, O sadhu, O great soul, right? Do not waste this gifted body. Satsanga ki Ganga, the holy environment of satsang is like equal to the holy Ganges river. As you take a bath in the Ganges, sins are washed away. That's the scripture's injunction here. And you have to go and try it and you will see. Right? In the same like manner, by constantly bathing in satsang through the cup of the air, using the detergents, man, vachan, karam, say application of mind, body and soul into it, sins will burn away gradually. And as sins burn away, what happened? Upliftment will come to you. So Kali Yuga has an attribute where we can burn sins, and the highest recommended place for it is environments like this. Reading Bhagavad Gita and the scriptures, studying the scriptures, and practicing what is taught in the scriptures you have the power to burn karmas. Eating the remnants of a yaga, the prasad that is offered, the panchamrit, the meals that are prepared. Don't mind this chananalu. You see, when you prepare that clean and the Brahmana bless it, that food has come like parasad. But taking of it, it burns away your sin also. So gradually, if you can't burn 100% and you burn 60, and you do plenty good, think about it, right? But we have to make up our mind and be involved. And anything you could do that is yagya related. You see, when prayers taking place, anything you could do to help in that place, it has nothing to burn your bad sins like that. Yeah. If you could just come and sweep the place, just sweep, tidy, in any way you could help, any way. You don't have to be finance alone, giving off your own physical effort. It helps you to burn bad ones and acquire good ones in this manner. Why did you not use this body for that purpose? Are you again, you did all these bad karmas whilst you were in this body and committed sins, which devotees is born out of what? Kama, krodha, madha, lobha, hankar. All man's trouble come from them, you know. What is kam? Kam is lust. What is krodh? Krodh is anger. What is mad? A crave for the sensuous pleasures of this world. What is lobha? Greediness and materialism. And what is ahankar? Nobody better than me. Right? All man's trouble come from these. I would have a katha in the Ramayana called Mansik Rog. Mansik comes out of the word man. Man means the mind. Rog is sickness. Is a disease, devotees, that affect the mind, and it manifests itself into various distempers in this body as ailments that when you go by doc have a medical term for it. But according to Kakbusunji, all the ailments come from kam, krodh, mad, lobh, ahankar. And if it's one alone, it's all right. But they are good cooperation, and when they team up together, right, they form a bond. And when they take over up here the mind, that is the beginning of your destruction. What Kakbusun says the remedy for it? What is the remedy for this disease called Mansik Rog? Ramayan Katha Aushadhi Rupi Hai. Ramayan Katha is the form of medicine to destroy this disease or this sickness called Mansik Rog. And how well, it doesn't matter, Ramayan Katha, Garuda Purana, Shiva Purana, any Katha, right? God's Katha. And how devotees, you have to go by a specialist who specializes in that area. And who is a specialist? The one who specializes in Satsangh. He runs Satsangh. Lord Shiva gave Kakbusun Garuda, what you call it? Isuero. And when you go, devotees, to Satsangh, right, what will happen? The person running the Satsangh will give you the medicine. And what is the medicine? Prabhu's Katha. In the appropriate dosage. Right? You know, a long time when people can't read, they go by the doc give them a bottle of medicine. He says, shake well before drinking, right? Fella shake up himself and then go and he drink the whole bottle. He said, no, you shake the bottle well and it's 1 teaspoon 3 times a day, okay? So there the Satsangi will give you the dose of the medicine accordingly. And what is it, Kalyug? Eka ghari adhi me punyar tulasi sangata sadhu ke khati koti aparar. Maximum is 2 hours in Kalyug. After 2 hours, the attention span goes. It is even getting shorter than that too. But drinking in of the nectar-like praises of the Lord, gradually what will happen? Shriram told Shabari, Pratama Bhakta Santana Karasanga Dusari Ratima Bakatha Prasanga. Always lightweight has satsang, and secondly, develop the love for listening to Prabhu's Katha. Suddenly you'll see something happen, right? The third eye will start to open. And when the third eye begins to open, the light of knowledge will dawn, dispelling the darkness of ignorance. Then control will gradually start to come over your senses of perception and organs of action. For in this body, you know where's your trouble? All man trouble come from seeing, tasting, touching, smelling, and hearing. The senses of perception. I always mention why business people spend billions on commercials and advertisement, just to attract you. You see, man's trouble come from it. When you learn to control the senses of perception, a new way will come for you to start to use this body. The real way for which Bhagwan prepared it. Holiest night, we read that Ramayana, Valmiki Ashram Katha. And then when your third eye open, you're going to realize, boy, let me use this body for what it was given me. What was it given for? 2 little eyes to look to God, 2 little ears to hear His word, 2 little, right? 2 little hands to do His will, 2 little feet to walk His way, and 1 little mouth to sing His praise. That will begin to come into you now, and you'll start to gravitate to that place where these activities taking place, which is satsang. You now develop that love for satsang. And when you really get involved in satsang, you know, Kagbusetal Garuda Ramayana, satsang is like a high-potency vitamin tablet. If you're sick and you go in satsang, you're going to start to feel better. If you're hungry and you go in satsang, you get food after. Right? Okay? If you have worries and problems, you go in satsang, they'll go away for a while. Whatever be it, it brings a positive impact on you. It's like a life-giving herb, Kagbusuntul Garud, a high-potency vitamin tablet to re-energize and revigorate this body. It's the best thing to kill stress in this time, which a lot of people, the problems will come from. Get in this, and you see what I told you, the great thing about it is that it wouldn't be for more than 2 hours. Okay? You never attended satsang, where there is the holy environment, where devotees of God assemble. Do you know what Sri Ram said, Krishna Bhagavan said? When you go to satsang, they're seeing the people in the satsang who like satsang, you become blessed. You become blessed, you know, the vibrations rub off on you. So powerful is it in this manner. Hari Om Narayan Bhakti Kevalam. इसी प्रकार को तुमतियन को प्रसन्न हो, जैसे प्रथम को पाप किए जैसे ही दुख को भोग से अन को उल हरिओम उल्ट को मूर्ख को कर्ण क्यों को रुदन को करने की होता है. So Yamraj is telling them and all the others, the Jamdut and them, you have committed sins with this body and you took great delight in doing it. You are happy when you're doing it. Yeah? You are happy when you're doing the wrong things. Right? And hereby, what happened? Now again, you are destined again for torment. To reap now the torture of the sins that you have committed. It has no use crying now, you know, because crying can't help. Right? That will not help in this manner. And so devotees, the Jamdut, Lord Yamraj, Chitra and Gupta, these are what they keep telling. तुमको जिनको पापियों को किए है सो को पाप दुख के को कारण की होता है. The sinful actions committed by you, they are so much again. As I said, you know, if there's a few now, you can put it in a handbag and carry it. But we commit so much, the Bhajanwali say, you have to put it on a sheet, hold the 4 ends and tie it. So you call it a ghatari or jaji bundle. And who carrying it for you? That is one thing you can't pay nobody to carry it for you. Right? You can't palm it off on anybody. You are the creator of your destiny. How you make your bed, so you will lie. Right? That is the logical law of the universe. Hari Om, Dharmraj ko murk mein, Hari Om ko pandit hai, daridrata ko dhanwale ko balwan ko mai, Hari Om sinival में को सबके को समभाव को रखते की होता है. श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय. Because of those actions committed, you again have to move along that pathway where again is unavoidable misery or torture you're going to experience. It is known by all that Lord Yamraj himself, devotees, He deals equally with everyone. Right? इस मई को निवल में को सबके स्वभाव को रखते की होता है. He does not favor one and disfavor the other devotees. Let us remember that. Right? He says he treats everyone equally. Okay? You could be a foolish person, you could be the learned person. You could be the most wealthy person, you could be a poor person without any material thing. You could be the strong person or the weak person. You could be the king of the country or the vagrant of the under the store Eve. What happened? Lord Yamraj treats everybody equally. It has no favoritism there. You know? That's why I tell you, you see, if you go to work and you did not perform right, you sweat to earn that day's work. That's money collecting money at a false pretense, you know. Right? If I come by you and I do a shortcut puja, I have to answer for that, you know. The Pandit don't get away. He had to face Lord Yamraj too. Everybody. Nobody gets away. Raja or rank. Every action has a reaction to it, devotees. So that's why you see, once you get to remember, you know this, one day you have to leave here, nothing you could carry from here. Why not live good? Treat everybody equally. All right? As you say, work honestly for what you're going to receive in this manner. So he said again here that hearing these words, devotees of Chitragupta and the others, they're sinful then, they begin to grieve over their karmas, devotees, and they remain quiet. If I the only know, boy, you know what the man is so beg me, let me go satsang, na boy. I never had time. Helping this, na boy, helping that, na do good, na. I never had time for that. When I really wanted to start to do the good, now the body started to fail and I couldn't do it again. It is too late to classify devotees. Hari Om. Dharam Raja ko chore ki ko, tarah ko nishal ko ristatwa, aise papi ko purusho ko dekha ko, Hari Om pashwat ko unke ko pap ko, Hari Om suryogya ko danda dene ko, agya ko karte ki hota hai, Sri Vishnu Bhagavan ki jai. Right? You say the souls and remain silent, emotionless. In other words, they can't believe it really happening. All right? And I say, boy, when you're dead, and what happen afterwards, you know, we go sit down the road there, study, and they're telling you here where you have to go through. Right? And we and all too, you see, karma does play the game. We'll say, God, you're fair, you know. Why he have and I don't have? Why he healthy and I ain't healthy? And we start to compare. And we start to blame God, you know, you're favoring he in front of me. God don't favor anyone. It tells you, Bare bhagya manusha tanupava. When you use this body for which it was given, you're going to build good karmas. Anytime not, and you throw it away, you ill use it, you're going to suffer piche. Following to come, you will suffer seriously for it. Always. And when we suffer, the first thing to blame is somebody else, even God, And we forget to blame who really is responsible. Who is responsible? We are the creators of our own destiny. But remember, what you don't do, you cannot do it. But we have a issue here. You could better yourself. Whatever life force we have remaining, we could prevent bad karmas coming to befall us. That's a serious thing in Kali. You know, we could defend that. We could prevent the bad karmas coming. But the issue is to get out from the materialism. We are so tied up, and man will get more and more tied up. I have people who, again, have so much and they still find time, They still find time to be in satsang. A fellow might not have much and he can't find the time. Think about it. And I always draw a reference. There's a beautiful analogy here. One time Lord Shiva told Parvati Devi, he said, Devi, let us go down on earth, and see how the humans has lived down here. So they disguised as two old people, old man and an old lady. And they were passing in a village, and that village really was a dairy village there. When I said it depended on mining cows, milk, and all these things and so on. So there was a guy who was tending to his cow. So Lord Shiva called out to him and tell him, here no Sri Baba, my old lady is thirsty. She would like to have some water, please. Could you get some for her? The fella looked at Lord Shiva and he told him in the disguised form, look, all your old people may have time with all you know. I have a work to do. And he neglected them and went about doing his work. So whilst he walked a little distance, Lord Shiva, you know, he turned back now and he raised his hand. And when he raised his hand, from one cow, it increased to a herd of 10. So Lord Shiva gave the fella 9 more cows. So they continued walking again, and further in front, they came upon another home. This gentleman had 10 cows, and he was tending to them, right? Fully occupied with seeing about them. Lord Shiva called out to him, my old lady is thirsty. She would like to have some water, please. Can you get some for her? The moment he heard that, he dropped tools. He come and he meet them, welcomed them, extended his hospitality to them, brought water and everything and so on, chatted with them, their welfare and so on. And when they were leaving, Lord Shiva turned back and raised the hand, and the 10 cows fall down dead. So Parvati said, my Lord, I can't understand how you just operate. This fellow with the 1 cow, he never extended any hospitality to us and never treated us, and you give him 9 more? Look at this man here, he had 10. He treated us so nicely and you take it away? What's the reason for that? So Shankar Bhagwan said, Parvati, let me tell you something. You see, that guy, he only had 1 cow and he couldn't find the time. So his work he like, I'll give him 9 more again. That's if he had time to eat and sleep in the night. Yeah? Take it. You want it? Take it. More you want? Give him. You see, the guy, although he had so much, he could have find the time. So I took away all, you have all the time for me now. You see? If we don't know how to control yourself in materialism, your whole life is spun into it, you know, right? You get tied up in it. We have to learn to manage time properly and make time devotees for that spiritual aspect of our life. Very, very important. Hari Om Narayana Bhakti Kevalam Charan Kamali Bhyo Namo Navam Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Hari Bhakti Kalyan Deenadayalunar. इसी प्रकार के हरिओम दूत यमराज को अज्ञा से कुदु हरिओम सिद्धया रहित हो हरिओम श्री पुत्रों दी को तारना करते वचन करते हैं यहाँ से को पापी जिनों के भयानक को नरक की चला की होता है श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय. Here the devotee Bhagwan Vishnu is saying to Garudaji, okay, that seeing them devotees in this manner, right, and the punishment that is befitted for them due to the karmas committed devotees, they are ordered now for that pathway where the sinful will have to reap the torture of it, as I explained. Then the messengers, devotees, you call them the Jamdut. Along that pathway now to the torments where the various hells you have to receive it, they beating you with clubs and hammers and you name it, all kind of description is given here. Go along, you sinner, go along again to the terrifying narak or hells that are waiting for you there to suffer the sins that you committed whilst upon this earth. Hari Om. यमज्ञाकारी को प्रचंड को हरिओम चंदकारी को दूर को एक पाश में उनको सबको हरिओम श्री प्रतोके को बांधकर को नरक को ले जाता है. The messengers, devotees, especially Prachanda, and you have the other one called Chandakadi, right? They keep stressing on you now, and others, they are executors of the sentences now of Lord Yamraj. Lord Yamraj passed sentence, now they're going to execute those sentences that were passed. All right? And they have a list, well, you did this, you had to pay for it so. So come, you had to go in this hell to pay for it. The next one in that, and so devotees, they are going to execute those sins. You have again, having again, it says here, bound them with a noose, which is the tie around the neck then, as you see in the picture here. They lead them towards the hellish spheres where they have to suffer. Hari Om. Shamal koli naam ka ko bricho ke jo ko agni ke Hari Om saman kirto eko jisme ko baas ko sme Hari Om birta yukt ko aur ko panch yojan ko uchate ki hota hai. Now what happened? On that way, devotees for the tortilla in the hellish region, there is a very, very big tree. And you know what tree is that? It's called a silk cotton tree. Right? That's a very dismal tree, you know, if you watch it. A long time it has silk cotton tree around, right? Right in Grandi had one where silk cinema was, you know. That's what they call it, silk cinema. It's now a supermarket. But people will tell you in the forest hunting and so on, that place will look really horrifying and dismal. That is where your high souls will be wandering around that tree and so on. So they carry you by that tree, right? A big tree there. And it is, how you call it? It's like a blazing fire-covered devotees. It's blazing like fire itself now. All right? It says 40 miles and 8 miles tall. Yam dud ko usme ko bricho ko prita kadi hai. And here devotees on that tree, right? On that tree devotees, it is bound by, souls are bound there by chains on that tree, tied upside down and all how to suffer then, and being beaten and so on. That's why somebody says you cut it on Good Friday, the blood does come out from it. I don't know how true is that, eh? But we always know the silk cotton tree to be a dismal place. You don't go in there at all. Right? If you have anyone in any region, you could try it and see. But this where you see like somebody commits suicide, they're going to live on that tree. Right? Somebody died by accident, this, that, all this type of niti. And so akal mrit, they go on these places. That is the only place they could survive on. Right? So souls in that manner, right? Their heads are down, their feet are up, and the Jamdut beating them in this way. Nobody to rescue them and so on in this way. Hari Om. Om Shamali ko bricho ke ko bande hua ko chudhat. Hari Om Trisha yuk papi ko lati kate hai. Aur ko Yamraj ko upar me se ko tarna ko karti ki hota hai. Many sinful ones, devotees, are hung on that silk cotton tree. Exhausted by hunger, by thirst, devotees, and beaten by the messengers of Lord Yamraj. See it? Taba papi ko जीव को हाथ जोड़कर यमराज को दूत में प्रार्थना को करते यमदूत की होता है. Those most sinful souls, devotees, they began to beg, right? The messengers of Lord Yamraj. When in trouble, and they start to beg, हमारे अपराध को क्षमा करो. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. If I only knew, oh gosh, if I only know. Give me a chance. You're begging your heart out just to save your soul. It says up here is a logical law. You did the crime, you had to pay the fine for it. And this is how it has to be. So devotees, they beg forgiveness, devotees. I will not do it again. I'll not, like a little child, you know, do something wrong and they reprimanded or be punished for it and they start to beg that they won't do it again. So the soul begs devotees when we commit ill actions with this body. Satsang is to keep reminding us, nobody is perfect. That's why we are here on earth. We are not perfect, right? We do good, we do bad. We do them both consciously and unconsciously. And that is the importance I've always indicated. Why we have to be in satsang and mainly so to listen to Garuda Purana. A lot of things we do, we don't believe is sinful, that we commit a sin by doing it. But you're going to hear in Garuda Purana devotees some of the things that we all do with this body and is considered to be very sinful in Nitya. That's why I told you it's meant for information, for knowledge. By gaining knowledge, we can better ourselves in this way. Hari Om, kabhi nahi ko paap ko nahi karega hai. Please forgive me, I will never engage in this activity again. I will not do it. ऐसे प्रेतों के दीनता के को वचन को सुनकर भी कोई यमदूत में तुरना से, हरिओम से, मुद्र से को, तोमर से को, भाले से, गदा से को, मूसल से, अनेकों तरह में को मारते की होता है. Repeatedly, remember the soul is in a body of tortilla. It takes various bodies. When the soul leaves the body at death, it takes an aerial body the size of the thumb. On the day of the shaving, after the ritual is performed, it takes an aerial body the size of the palm of the hand, a cubit. Now he has destined a body for tortilla now. Okay? But the soul is the same. Right? The soul moves from body to body. So he says here, repeatedly they struck and punished devotees in that place. By what? Iron clubs, rod, hammers, maces, big pistol and so on. जिसको तारुना से को प्रेत को मूर्छित हो गई कहे, it swoons away, falls away, faints away devotees, and seen again. तब को चेष्टा में रहित को देख यमदूत को कहते कि होता है. Seeing the issue of the servants of Lord Yamraj, they address them in this manner once more. हे दुराचारी प्रेत, ऐसे को दुष्ट आचरण को क्यों किया को संसार अन्न को जल कोई को की पदार्थ को सुलभ को नहीं था, तो किसी को हरिओम समय दान नहीं किया कि होता है. He said, why you complaining and why you begging for this time? You had the opportunity while you were in this body. You never devote, you always committed wicked deeds with this body. Now what are the things you watch? You just see good people suffering, and you see wicked people living good. Well, according to Bhagavad Purana, the good people that suffer for karmas already committed. But don't feel that bad person will get away. If it take 1 trillion years, you have to reborn and pay for it. Karmas do not go unnoticed. It do not go devotees unnoticed. So it says here, Narayana Bhakti Kevalam. You never again, whilst you are alive in this body, you never made again the gift of water or food to any of God's creature. Not one. Do we know that the greatest gift you could give is the gift of food? Anadan, it has nothing greater than that, because food is life. Without food you can't live. And there are many people, devotees, who continue to do this good deed. Right? As I said, every day we are really supposed to feed a dumb animal and a human, if you could help it. But sometimes, opportunity to arrive. You and Billy put a little rice fig outside for the birds and them to eat. How much blessing is that, Think about it. Whenever it's possible and you could do it. That's why you see the Hindu home had the tradition. They were not rich and so on, but they will save up their little change. They will call their pandit and do puja once a year in their house. Invite the whole village and so on, cook little food and thing, and feed everybody. It had nothing greater than the gift of food. Whilst you were living, you never feed an animal, you never feed a human, you never did that. They're too late now. And again, what happened? Hari Om tumne ko grass matro an ko dan ko nahi ki hota hai. You not even give a half full, a mouthful of food to a dog. Not even half of a mouthful you never feed a dog. That's a blessing you have to have in the mind in dumb animals too. You get to feed them too. Okay? Never did you do that in your life. That's why you see again, like for straddling, when you're taking out food, you feed every aspect of God's creation, You see the dog, of all the quadrupeds, the dog is the greatest animal to feed. Yeah. For Pitar Paksha and so on, when you do the Shraddha ceremony and so on. Yamraj will be very, very pleased. The feathered creation is a special bird in India called kak. We don't have it in Trinidad, so they'll leave it for them. You just put one on the ground, all insects, crawling insects and creatures they will eat. The cow does receive one too, the bovine race, But while you were living, you never did this. Okay? Or again, it says to the crow, you see the crow? Kak, in this manner. You never made that gift. Hari Om nahi kiya ko. Hari Om Sri Namaskar ko. अतिथियों को नहीं किया कुपर को, हरिओम पितृ को पोषण नहीं की होता है. For the time of Pitra Paksh, their horse can eat grass. He done there and gone, and that's what he's telling you. One fellow said, "Look, me, I want to give them that people know bad habit, you know, I have to do it next day again." That is mentioned here. How about blessing when Pitras bless you? Remember, the soul can die. You never paid obeisance to the ancestors. Because of them, you are here. They paved the way for us. That's gratitude. You have to pay back to them. And you crying and begging for a chance. You had the opportunity to do it, and you never did it in this manner. उत्तम ध्यान को यमराज और को चित्रगुप्त को का को नहीं को किया, दोनों के हरिओम श्री का को जय में को भी को नहीं किया, को यम की को यातना को जिसको हरिओम जप आदि को करने को नहीं क्यों होता है, श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. You did not even meditate again upon Lord Yamraj. That Lord Yamraj go favor you a little bit. Do you know 2 days before Diwali, you just lighted the face in the south? People just lighted the day before Diwali, eh? But that's Narak Chaturdasi. But the day before that is called Yamdeep. When you light a diya for Lord Yamraj face and south, it has blessed you to live long here. If a couple lights it together, he blesses you to live long as husband and wife. Right. Full Yam Puja is done when you're doing Shraddha ceremony and all these things. So you never offer the worship to Lord Yamraj self. And do you know it's a simple way you could pay obeisance to the ancestors? When you get up in the morning, you face south and bow. You bow to the ancestors in the southern direction. All right? You never offer a little worship to Chitra and Gupta nor repeat again any mantras again in this manner. That will prevent the torments of the hellish region. Nothing like that came in your mind. Nothing like that you wanted to do. Never to make any sacrifice. So you had to face the consequences of what the issue is now. Hari Om. गृहस्थ को धर्म के को रहते हुआ को भी तीरथ नहीं को किया को, देवताओं को पूजन तथा को अहंकार को भी नहीं को किया कि होता है, श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. You never use this gifted body to visit any holy place of pilgrimage. Right? When you go pilgrimage, when you get old and sickly and you can't move, no devotees, you could go when God bless you to go. Janki and them just visit half of India and come back. The whole southern part of India. Everybody can't go, so what we do, if you can't go across the air, you have to deal funds running. Visit your own temples around. Coming to the temple is a place of pilgrimage. Right? You never did that while you were living. And so on the 24th of August will be our annual Tirat. Right? It's the greatest amount of people that's gone Tirat from this temple. Nearly 500 people, eh? All right? So please keep that date in mind. Hari Om Narayan Bhakti Kevalam. You never again, it says here, you never worship the deities. You never did a puja in your life or to offer a little flower by the deity, you make a little arti by them, nothing of that sort. Though living again this household alive, you never expressed compassion to any creature. We are supposed to be compassionate, merciful in life, and that's why you see, well, I was telling you, the greatest quality you could practice is ahimsa. You must not hurt another creature, but in order to do it, you have to be a vegetarian, because you will not want to hurt another creature just to satisfy your stomach. And a whole difference in diet will come in there, and your thinking pattern, and you will see how you'll elevate spiritually by just becoming a vegetarian. Okay? You never show compassion again. अच्छे को पुरुषों की को सेवा को नहीं को करने के पल को हरिओम श्री भोगिन ये को अधर्म के रहित जिसके अनेकों तरह की को हमको तुम्हारा तारना करते की होता है. You did not do any good acts with this body of service to either me or my creation. Not one day you think of doing a little good. Everything was for yourself. Only a selfish is you all the time. Okay? You never have time for that. So, you have to suffer the consequences of your karma in this manner. Yamraj is telling them, all right, because you are devoid of that righteous pathway of life. You deserve to be beaten and punished by getting this human body and wasting it away. Sri Ram tell the people of Ayodhya, he said, this body is like a paras money. Where's a paras money? An element, when you take it and touch it to iron, it changes the iron to pure gold. But you might look at a piece of glass amongst the stone and so on, and you walk in and you see it and you don't know it, you'll kick it. Right? But the guy who knows it, can recognize it and know what it can do, and he sees that, he will grab it and treasure it. So to the person who does not know the great value of this human body, we waste it, we throw it away. And how we throw it away? In this world, devotees offer Maya. What is Maya? Maya really means is something which makes you believe is real and true, but it is not. The Westerner, he has to cross the desert, 50 miles of desert. When he make quarter, the canteen run dry. All right? He go again a little bit, the horse fall down dead. And he's struggling and he go in. All his lips crack up, parched, no water. You know what has happened to him? He begins to see a mirage. He sees like water in front there, and he runs and dives into it and he hits sand. It looks as if it has water there, but it is not. And such is this world that we live in. It makes you believe it is real and true, but in reality it is not. And most of the times we tend to see it only when you hear a knock on your door. The earlier in life that we can realize this, devotees, that you look at the difference. We have to live in this world. We are not yogis or ascetics on the Himalayas. We have to get up, we have to go to work, you have to say about family and all these things and so on. But we have to learn to manage time and acquire knowledge. And today, it is easier to acquire knowledge than any other time, even our time. All scriptures are now translated in English through technology and so on. Look at the streaming. The whole world could get knowledge out of that. Thanks again to radio and TV Jagriti especially, right? And other issues whereby knowledge is being dispersed. When you ask somebody, you look at Jagriti, say, but I can't tell you when last I watched that. How you going to learn? Radio and TV Jagriti is to educate the Hindus. Any occasion coming up, that's to educate you. And if you want to educate yourself, what are you going to do? You see it? So devotees, again, once more, we are blessed with this opportunity that we could delve into this fathomless lake of nectar, Shri Garuda Purana, which is a direct discussion between Lord Vishnu and Garuda himself. Relating as really, it deals with death after death, but it really advises us how we should live whilst we have this human body. Okay? Because always remember, it will not be here forever. We are only passing through here with a short time, and the thing is that with a visa, nobody knows when that visa could expire. So the wise say again, take advantage of it, do whilst you could do, right? Do not wait for tomorrow, for you don't know what tomorrow will bring. So Prem se boliye Sri Vishnu Bhagavan ki jai, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. We stop at this juncture and we continue. Now I'm sorry, but next Thursday we will not have any satsang, and the following Thursday. So 2 Thursdays will be off. I'll be back on the 30th. Right? So next 2 Thursdays there'll be no satsang. But Monday coming is our full moon katha, Satnarayan Brat katha. So we do look forward to seeing you on Monday coming to join with us in our first katha for this year of 2025. Okay, Miss Dolly M. Nanlal, she will sit down to hear this katha also. They know what to do it. So remember, Monday we have katha, but the other 2 Thursdays, no satsang on Thursday. But the third one, which is the 30th, we resume. Tonight we want to thank very much our Shrota, Mr. Chanarajit Raghunanan. He is better known as Kitty Boy, for taking this opportunity to offer himself in devotion to the Lord. We thank him also for the sponsorship of the prasad and the meals tonight. And this is so, at very short notice, it just came to him. Sunday coming is his birthday, and he offered himself in devotion to give thanks to the Lord once more. So Kitty, on behalf of the temple and all devotees, we want to say thanks to you and wish you happy birthday on Sunday coming. May the Lord continue to bless, guide, and protect you. That is the family responsible for Ramlila taking place in Sani Grande. Because if you don't have a place to build the Ravan, it might have it. Right? And he allows us and gives us full support, not only in Ramlila, be it in Pagwa, be it in Mandir, anywhere you call on him, he is there. So continue to do the good seva that you are doing. Bhagwan blessings to you. Thanks so much again. We thank devotees, Mr. Kelvin Kalu, who prepared the bhojan tonight, and Prasad was also prepared by Alan and Kamala Jagarnath, husband and wife. God bless you all. Do whilst you could do. Right? Well, God bless you to do. By you just cooking that food, one person or making the prasad, look how much people could eat. Watch how much blessing has come. So thanks so much again. Okay? Bolo Sri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. And next week, next month, the 2nd of February is Saraswati Jayanti. The youth group normally hosts that, so we'll have Saraswati Jayanti Puja after lunch in the mandir here. Devotees normally bring their prasad and so on to offer by the consecrated murti. This year, Shivratri will fall on the night of Wednesday the 26th. The temple will be hosting a 5-night Shiv Rohani Yagya from Saturday the 22nd. And on Wednesday the 26th that night will be Shivratri night. And we keep Jagran throughout the entire night. We'll have security and so on here too, so feel safe when you come. The temple is normally filled for Shivratri night, both old, medium, and young. That they come out and give full support in this way. So these are upcoming events that we have in the mandir. Right? Any other thing? Huh? Okay. So Bolo Sri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. We are going to perform Arati. We ask for a devotee who did puja to come and commence the Arati. Let us stand please at this time. If for any reason you can't stand, stay seated as we glorify Bhagavan Vishnu and the Garuda Purana. Jai Jagadisha Hari. Right? Hari Om. Om yani kani chapapani janamantar gretanita tani tani vinashanti pradakshina pari pari deepanam. Show him Ram what to do to make careful and then go wrong. Hari Om. Shri Vishnu Bhagavan ki jai mama pujitam. Jaya Jagadish Hare Swami Jaya Jagadish Hare Bhakta Jano ke Sankat
Shan mein dur kare
Jaya Jagadish Hare Jodhyave Phal Pave
दुख बिन से मन का स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का सुख
समपति घर आवे सुख समपति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी स्वामी
शरण कहूँ मैं किसकी
तुम बिन औरन दूजा
तुम बिन और न दूजा आश करूँ मैं किसकी
ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम अंतरयामी
स्वामी
स्वामी
तुम अंतर्यामी
पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर
पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरि
तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन
करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता
दीन दयालु कृपालु
दीन दयालु कृपालु कृपा करो भरता ओम जय जगदीश हरि
तुम हो एक अगोचर सबके प्राणपति
स्वामी सबके प्राणपति
इस विधि मिलव दयामय
किस विधि मिलो दया में तुमको मैं कुमति ओम जय जगदीश हरि
दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे
स्वामी
स्वामी
तुम रक्षक मेरे
करुणा हस्त बढ़ावो
कमना हाथ वरारो शरण परा तेरे ओम जय जगदीश हरि विषय विकार मिटावो
पाप हरो देवा
स्वामी
स्वामी
पाप हरो देवा
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ावो
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ावो संतन की सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरि
ओम
जय जगदीश हरि स्वामी जय जगदीश हरि
और स्वामी जय जगदीश हरि
भक्त जनों के संगत दास जनों की संगत जन के दूर करी ओम जय जगदीश हरि
ओम जय
जगदीश हरि ओम जय जगदीश हरि
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
ओ जय जय सीताराम हरि बोल जय जय सीताराम
हरि बोल जय जय सीताराम हरि बोल जय जय सीताराम हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
बोलो श्री सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम बोलो श्री
सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम
बोलो श्री राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम बोलो श्री
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम
सीताराम जय सीताराम
सीताराम जय सीताराम राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम
ओ
सीताराम जय सीताराम राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम
बोलो विष्णु भगवान की जय। Let us humble ourselves in prayerful submission. We give thanks to Prabhu again for these moments of togetherness that we have had in this holy environment. As we do so, we beg the Lord mercy upon our lives. We thank so much again Krishna Bhai, Bhownath Maraj, for being here with us from quite Sawa, Keoli from quite Tunapuna, and other bhaktas and devotees. May you have a safe journey home. Hari Om. Shantakaram Bhujagashainam Padmanabham Shuresham Vishwadharam Gaganasadrisham Meghavarnam Subhangam Lakshmikantam
Kamalanenam
Yogi Viridhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Sarvalokaikanatham Om Tvameva Mata
Shapita Tvameva
Tvameva Bandho
Chasika Tvameva
O Tvameva Vidya
Dravinam Tvameva
Tvameva Sarvam
Mama Deva Deva
Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. प्रेम से बोलिए श्री विष्णु